With the spooky season in full swing, the Splatoon community has been riding high in nearly every way. And while this week was definitely a bit slower in terms of events, there were some surprise highlights that I definitely didn't see coming. Howdy, I'm Jordonian, and let's break it all down in this week's episode of the Week League. But before that, I just really quickly want to say thanks for all of your support on last week's episode, and, well, the series as a whole. It means a lot to see the support, and the growth tells us that we should keep doing this, which we absolutely plan on. While we continue to work on these week to week, I'm working on 3 special mega episodes covering all of July, August, and September, since those were months we missed. And they should be out by the end of October or early November at the latest. If you enjoy the work we do here and want to support our team seen further, you should also consider becoming a member, haha. All of the tiers are cheap, even cheaper than Twitch subs, and it goes a long way in helping to make this stuff possible. Anyways, starting with Swimmer Sync, the 164th edition of the event was a little less stacked than the previous week, but still had some absolute heat make it to Great White. The event overall was won by I Heart Jeffrey, a pickup team consisting of Harshi, Kiki, Jeff, Liam, and Lucas, who took it 3-1 over Chocolate, a team of Cap, Toby, Junkie, and Bake. Perhaps the most interesting pickup of the pickup nightmare our scene has become that played this week was Bad Piggies That Never Back Down, a fusion of the players from Bad Piggies and Never Back Down, Never What? 2 frequent top placers in many events in the scene, who managed to clean third. Switching from NA to our EU friends, Paddling Pool was swept by New Order, notably taking sets over regulars of the event, such as Mango, Hackmack, and Frutella, before winning 3-1 in Grands. Surprisingly, the event managed to dodge the pickup menace plaguing us right now, with many other well-known teams such as Blake Spreader, Squidding Good, Distinct, and others showing up, making for a surprisingly strong bracket this time around. Finally, for our main trio of weeklies, Prism Break ran a very strange and a kind of scuffed edition of the event. Seeding was nearly completely different from the final bracket, with Seed 4 Kian vs. Kel and Seed 5 Insomniac Central managing to make it to Grand somehow. And the event broke. Sendu broke, they couldn't finish the event. It was really strange. I'm so sorry to the Prism Break team. Skep got to keep their bid of naming teams after national parks alive, with Sanguero National Park getting sent down to losers in round 2 and managing to make just a kind of insane run all the way up to losers finals. A very impressive showing for them. Overall, this rendition of the event was, it was definitely something. But, you know, it ran, if you squint really hard. Now, on to a new segment for the show that'll probably be around for the next few months. What is cooking over at SAC? This week we ran Qualifier 1, and the people turned out, man, with 41 teams fighting for a qualifier slot in the finale. In the end, the event was taken by Chocolate Milk, a team of Cap, Sunny, Toby, Ivy, and Turnip. In perhaps the most impressive run of the event, Insomniac Central managed to get 2nd place after being seeded 16th, a feat to be proud of. Seed 1 of the event, or, okay, technically Seed 2, but Seed 1 dropped, so we don't talk about them. Triggerfish Zone Supremacy got upset by Loxier, a team of Loxlock, Lynn, Chase, Fox, and Klug, who ended up placing 3rd. While it could go on, as there were tons of other well-known teams like Free Flow, Los Inklings, and more who played, I'll spare you the details. Go watch the VOD. It was phenomenal Splatoon, and be sure to check out the SAC podcast too, it's pretty damn good. Now switching from a league to a LAN, SeaBATTLE ran its 3rd edition of the event, the Halloween Jamboree. This edition used a special lineup of map modes in celebration for the season of Tricks and Treats, and the event overall was taken by none other than the local LAN champion himself, Rice, and their team of Secret of 4, with Kronos, Jarius, and Kurta. If you're not caught up with the Rice lore, this dude has been terrorizing LANs across the US for a while now, picking up wins at SeaBATTLE and Sunset Surge, as well as getting 3rd at Gridlock 2024, an insanely stacked major in New York. Going into the set, neither Secret of 4 or the 2nd place team, Thasalophobia, had dropped a single game all event, building up to one of the best finales for a local I've ever seen. Fel managed to go up the first 2 games, but refusing to let them end the event in a perfect run, 4 managed to claw back Game 3 before converting that momentum to taking Game 4 and eventually Game 5 to win the set. I'm gonna say this a lot this episode, I apologize, but please watch the full set, it deserves it. And be sure to keep an eye on Rice. Bro has proved to be a menace on LAN and is next up. I'm a believer. Finally for this week, we're going to discuss one of perhaps the most unique events I've ever seen for this game. An event where you register alone and do not play with a consistent team. This is Zenkai, an event streamed by the Area Cup team. Also, for the record, yes, we've heard your feedback and we're planning to include Area Cup as a part of the series in the future. You can stop leaving comments about it now. Like all Area Cups, this event was meant primarily for JP players, but there were many top NA and EU players who also got in the fun this time around, with Moonlight's Basil even managing to make it all the way up to top 8 of the event. In the end, it was won by Nispa, an up-and-coming Dapples player who's been making just insane waves in the Japanese scene and pushing the weapon further than anyone. Technically not anyone. JP's been a believer in this weapon for a while, but NA's always been doomers. Thought possible. If you can, be sure to check it out. It's some of the most interesting competitive Splatoon 3 I've ever seen, and is definitely worth a watch, especially towards the end of the event. And with that, that's going to wrap up this week's episode of the Weekly Ink. If you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe. If you want to support us further, please consider becoming a member. And we'll see you, same time, same place, next week. Thanks for watching.